There are men in the cabinet, but that man is Cal.
Okay, no more Cal references. You're gonna start.
Okay.
Maybe it's all you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another podcast.
He didn't count.
I was under the impression that we've been recording that whole time.
We told you to count.
Okay, 5,
Probably doesn't know his numbers.
4, 3,
I'll do the intro.
2, 1.
Didn't say go.
Fuck.
I'm your host, Adam. This next to me is Roger Ebert.
Of the Chicago Sun-Times.
And Gene Siskel.
Of the Chicago Tribune.
Of the Tribune, Robbie. You're supposed to say of the Chicago Tribune.
The Chicago. I don't know what the Chicago Tribune is.
You're a fucking man. Get out.
Get out. You are
I don't know how.
sacked.
I gotta count
That's
to
it.
5,
Live sacking.
man.
First episode of the new series thing, and you're
Look how
already
life
sacked.
be like.
Yeah, look.
No, don't do this to me. I swear.
Shave your eyebrows out right
Eyebrows
now.
off. No.
Eyebrows gone, or else you're done.
No. I want to hear the hair hitting the floor.
Zzz.
Hair gone too.
Alrighty.
Get your wife Kelly in here.
Yeah, where's wife Kelly? Well, Lolcow's more distinguished than us anyway.
No, it isn't. They have a soundboard that goes.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
I'm shaving them
Where's-
off right now,
Wait.
okay?
We're seconds
shaving
away
them
from
off.
that. Whoa, what the fuck?
I'm shaving them off.
you want like phone mic? Are you
Hey, guess
speaking?
what?
Are you speaking into the shaver? Oh my god!
No, I had to speak for it to pick up the shaver. It wouldn't pick up the shaver unless I spoke.
Here we go again. It's the same old thing. Boogie is lying while King is trying to talk the wings. They be bullshitting, spitting loghouse slang. Scam Tommy and kick them out. You know, keep running this gang. We're live on YouTube, ain't no pre-recorded games. Fuck around you like it's one in your brain.
Today we are doing a.
That was a good intro,
Yeah,
fellas.
that was. I mean, we can do another
liked
one if
it.
you want.
I liked it. No.
Okay.
I said it was good for a
If
reason.
you want. Like, Really?
like, I just really. It's just
I
an
don't know,
idea, you guys.
Rich.
Jeez.
Gee,
Jeez,
Rick,
Rick.
I don't know.
Zoink scoop.
That's the wrong voice. That's the wrong voice.
What if he talked like that? Would you do it for a Scooby snack? Yes.
Yeah, of course I would.
Damn right.
Damn right, I would, mate. You're fucking kidding me. It's a scary snack.
How's the Scooby snack, Scooby? Well, good.
Proper snack.
Proper banging.
Today we're going to be having a look at kind of what I went in assuming would be opposite ends of the same spectrum of body horror gore movies. And we didn't watch the new Terrifier, so because not everyone had seen the first two. So we watched the original quote unquote 2016 Terrifier and the Substance. Alex, you watched the Substance first.
I did, yeah.
I had seen Terrifier first. So it's up to Robbie to decide which one we talk about first.
Makes sense to me.
we talk about the one with the baddest bitch. Terrifier.
Terrifier,
Okay.
okay. Okay, Terrifier. See, the thing with Terrifier, I mean, we all experienced it yesterday. We rewatched it. It's all
yeah.
fresh in our mind.
I remember it.
Going in, I've had really, really like nightmarishly bad memories about it, where I was just like, this movie's terrible. I don't want to watch this movie. It's crap. and it ended up just being kind of below average. Like, it was just kind of okay.
Yeah, it was
Um,
alright. I liked
The gore wasn't as strong as I remember being. Like, it's still quite gory,
it. Yeah, they're still
but
it's still there.
yeah, like it's still quite bad. Like, it's worse than Friday the 13th and all that. But the only thing with it is that it's still, maybe it wasn't as gory as I had built up in my head, but it definitely was as boring, because it is just a series of, like, clown shows up, clown runs after somebody for 15 minutes, and then clown kills them by the end of the 15 minutes.
Yeah, it
Like,
does kind of have that
Nobody
problem.
nobody escapes. That's kind of the problem with it. Which, I don't know, to me, if you're gonna have like a big dirty gore movie, right? I think this kind of, we'll get into this with the substance later on as well, I suppose. But there should be a reason you're having that much gore. Do you know what I mean? But when your
Yeah.
reason for having that much gore is just kind of like,
It's funny.
Terrifying.
then I'm just kind of, I don't
It's
know.
terrifying.
Yeah, I'm not in the same room as you. But like,
It was terrifying.
because I think gore like that are terrifying. Yeah, if it's made to terrify, right? I think in that scenario it should be used so that we're in the absolute kind of, pits during the middle of the movie watching all this horrible gore and we're all terrified. And then the end of the movie should be happy, because that makes the happy bit feel happier because we've just been in the pits of dark. But with Terrifier, it just kind of looks at you and goes, fuck you.
I
Like-
mean, the thing doesn't have a happy. So that's still good.
Well, that's vague. And I think
Yeah,
that's a different thing, because that's actually interesting.
That's the yeah, that's the difference.
Yeah, like that's actually like, we kind of are interested in the character dynamics in the thing, and we want to figure out who is the thing, and the guys at the end don't know who is the thing.
The characters are actually good.
But for all kind of purposes, really, they've stopped the thing by the end, because even if one of them is the thing, they're like gonna get frozen.
Yeah.
But in Terrifier, it's just like, hey, look at this lady in the wheelchair. Isn't that spooky? Aren't we all terrified?
That was terrifying.
But
I was terrified. 10 out of 10. Terrified
were you
level.
really terrified? How scary was it to you?
Terrifying.
It was terrifying.
Terrifying.
Robbie, how did you feel about it? Did you feel it was actually terrifying, or
I
was
was
it just...
I
terrified.
fell asleep.
When?
You were terrified.
I fell asleep. I'm not joking you.
When did you fall asleep?
I fell
What
asleep
bit
for
of
like
the
a
movie
few
was
minutes.
like? No, what bit of the movie was like so dreary you fell asleep?
I think it was like the chase between like your one sister and Mr. Art.
Well, that goes on for a while.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
the whole
why I
last
fell
half of
asleep.
the
Yeah,
movie.
that goes on
It's
for
like
a
the
while.
whole that I fell asleep during that for like a few minutes. I was like, oh fuck, I'm watching Terrifier. I forgot.
I think you fainted from being terrified.
Yeah, maybe you were just so terrified. Yeah, you were just gave up.
I was so terrified.
But
Maybe
yeah, it's kind of just
Because it was terrifying.
a bloody mess, like an actually bloody mess of just gore for the sake of gore, but not even like necessarily fun. I wouldn't even
But-
say.
or
When there's that big kind of darkly comic moment, I suppose you could say, in the middle, when like he pulls out the gun, which is as we were talking about, where like no slasher
You know
villain
what's
does
funny
that.
as hell?
Yeah, no slasher villain does that, just whips out a gun. But the way Terrifier does it is, it kind of kills it for me almost. Because if you just whipped out the gun and shot your one, that'd be funny as hell. But the idea that, like, he shoots her, she falls over, he shoots her again, and then she's not dead, and he runs out of ammo, he goes to get a second magazine, grabs the second mag, texts somebody while he's grabbing it, and then reloads the gun, comes back, and then shoots her about 6 more times. That's not necessarily funny. That's just kind of like, oh, come on.
It's terrifying.
It's not terrifying either. It's just, ah, come on.
Yeah, it
it
is.
was a little funny when he had to go get a second mag. Okay, it was a little funny.
But when you come back and he does like one shot and then he stops and then he does like another 4.
Mag dumps.
Yeah,
it
don't know, I
kind of
think I
was funny.
I don't think it's that funny.
And
I
then
think-
he never uses the gun again. It kind of is funny.
I don't know. Would it have been as funny if he had just kind of shot one shot and then ran out of ammo and being like, oh,
Would it have
fuck.
been as terrifying though?
But,
Probably.
I don't. Like, the movie's not scary anyway.
It's terrifying.
But it's not.
No, the film is not scary. No, like
It
It's not
is
he is
scary.
right.
terrifying.
It's just, and
It's in the name.
well, I mean, the scariest thing about it to me was the bloody state of it. Like, it looks ugly. Like, I
You
don't.
weren't scared of the shitting scene?
I mean, that was pretty scary because the implication is that Art actually.
The guy had to clean it up.
But Art ate something horrific and shat that much. That's the scariest part. The idea
The
there's a,
scariest part is the poor Italian man who had to clean it.
to me, it's the idea that there's a food out there that would make you shit that much. Because I mean, he got it everywhere. I mean, he got it like
It was on the
he got it
walls,
on
it
the
was
floor, on the
it was on the
toilet,
roof.
on the wall, yeah, like everywhere.
Michael
That's-
Jackson said that once. He said there was doo-doo feces all over the walls and ceiling, and it stunk so bad. I don't remember what context he said that in, but he definitely said
Did
it.
he actually say
Looks
it?
so bad.
Hang on, did he? I'm more so curious. Did Michael Jackson actually say that, or are you just making a random reference?
No, he did say that.
One time I asked to use the restroom, and they said, sure, it's right around the corner there. Once I went in the restroom, they locked me in there for like 45 minutes. There was doo-doo feces thrown all over the walls, the floor, the ceiling, and it stunk so bad.
I really don't like when horror movies focus too much on the killer. Like, that's literally all the Terrifier really is. I mean,
They were big fans of him.
and I know the clown gives a better performance than anyone else in the movie, really, because they're all kind of bad, to be honest. I mean, there was some real fucking, like, in the, spiders in the jungle last dialogue in that film.
You tell me the bald guy wasn't an iconic character to
It
you?
was not. The bald guy was not iconic. I wouldn't even say, like, I don't even, I'm not going to remember there was a bald guy in Terrifier, like, next week.
That's your
The
problem.
only person I'm remembering is like
Remembering.
You're
Year one.
remembering?
The only thing I'm remembering is the woman.
I remember
f-
women.
I'm gonna kill
The
you.
only thing I remember is the girl, because she was so sexy
Women.
to me.
She's so pretty.
She was so cute. I would like to hold her hand and we could go on a date together.
What's your plan?
Yeah, it
Good
was
plan.
And that Art's killed your woman. What are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna cry.
cry and weep and sob.
Yeah,
Cry and weep and sob and cry.
I'm gonna have to blow my nose for this. So I'm not gonna lie.
Oh shit!
Quiet,
Oh,
quiet. I
okay.
don't hear it.
I don't want to hear it.
The microphone didn't pick it up yet.
It didn't pick it up at
Thank
all. No.
God. I don't want to hear you blowing your nose.
Oh man. We gotta do it for the snap.
For the snot gang.
Snotcast. Is this how?
New name?
I'm not calling it the Snotcast.
It
Please.
is a snapcast.
Why?
What would they call it the Snotcast?
Why wouldn't it be called a snapcast?
We're not a podcast
Snotcast
about
would be good.
snot.
Maybe we
It's
could
about
theme it about
snotting,
that.
man.
I don't
It's
want a
snotting.
theme around snot. It'd be
We
disgusting.
could make a, like, yo, we would just watch the movie. Imagine if there was a snot scene.
Like, no matter what movie, that's just our thing. This is,
Yeah.
and Terrifier would have been a lot scarier if I started blowing his nose.
If a fucking big booger came out and landed
If
in
I
the woman's
started blowing
mouth,
his
that would
nose,
have been
that
crazy.
movie's next level.
If he picked his nose and flicked it into her ear, that would have been crazy. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know why
Oh, I
they
got-
didn't blow their noses once in Lord of the Rings. Not gonna lie.
Why didn't
I
he
got
rip that
totally
woman's
wrong with
underpants
that.
off and blow his nose with it? That's all I'm saying.
I can't believe Terrifier
Would
would be
it-
so exploitative as to take someone's underwear off. Or
And
do
to
a
not
comedian.
and to not blow his nose with it.
yeah.
That's even more disrespectful. Because at least if he's blowing his nose with it, he's getting use
Yeah,
out of it.
purpose out of it. Yeah.
He did it for a reason. But he just did it to do
No-
it.
Yeah, there's no sexual pleasure coming from it or anything. He's just blowing his nose. Makes sense.
He just really needed to blow his nose.
I think we should write more movies.
He should tear her underpants off, blow his nose with it, and then put them back on.
He's like, oh, they're
think,
sticky.
She's like, ugh, take it off, take
Think
it
we
off.
can convince Damien Leone to let us do Terrifier 4? Or at least like,
Yeah.
Okay.
write some scenes.
I need to
I
get
had
a
to claim-
terrible terminal illness. And my make-a-wish is that I get to write Terrifier 4 and see if he lets me do it.
Can you
I need to
imagine?
come down
Every
with like
So
scene
how the
is
fuck
like-
is he gonna say no to that? Like, oh yeah, here's a script that some cancer.
I'm like
kid wrote
dying
for
of
you.
leukemia.
And like it's like a completely normal Terrifier script, except for
Oh,
it
it's
has
not
one
scene.
scene. Yeah, it has one scene where Art's just like blowing his nose on everyone. How How would he say
He's
no?
like-
He's just like, damn.
And the rest of it's like awesome. It's like it's
Yeah.
like the best one so far, and it just has one like snot scene.
He's like pulling on the back of people's shirts, just blowing his nose.
Do you think
and
if we
walking
like, do you think if we like wrote that and then just like changed it at the end to be like, he blows blood out of his nose, then they
He
probably take
ties
it.
somebody up, and he doesn't have anything to stop them from screaming, so he blows his nose and sticks the tissue in their mouth.
Ah, Jesus,
New Terrifier 4 scene.
actually would be like the scariest scene in the
that
film.
would be manky, man. That's minging.
Damien Leone hit me up.
That's minging.
He's fucking minging.
Just saw Terrifier.
Just saw
Terrifier 4 is
fucking minging.
Don't be stuck
That
over
would
there.
Look,
They
I
please
fucking laughed you out of fucking Terrifier snaz.
please let me write Terrifier 4.
I'm gonna fucking die. You
Well,
better
that
fucking
and
do
like
it.
we'd cast a bunch of really good actors in it too. You just know, like Miguel Nunez getting main role.
Miguel Nunez,
Frank,
Pizzelle.
Frank Stallone, he's gonna be arts assistant.
Ooh, no,
Pizzelle-
he's like Frank Stallone's the guy who beats him.
Pizzelle's getting a heroic death.
The Terrifier dies in this one, and Frank Stallone's the one who beats him.
I'll imagine. But no, I
Frank
haven't
Stallone
seen
eats
Tree
him?
yet. We don't know if he is dead.
Yeah, he eats him. No, he beats him,
He
Ruby.
could die in
He
Tree.
He kills him. There's gonna be a 4.
Yeah, but who says so?
Letterboxd told me so.
Yeah, who cares? Just if there's no snot scene, it's not real.
That's
No, I
why I need
think-
to pull up to the set and
Do you guys think you could, when you think about like the kills and stuff in that kind of movie, do you guys think you could actually write them?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel like I'd have it in me to like come up with that shit.
I just came up with a snot in the mouth scene.
Yeah, but like, no, but like a good like horror movie kill. I don't feel like I have it in me to come up with that.
Well, I mean,
What is it?
Because I remember
What is
I
it gonna
originally,
lead
I
to?
originally actually had this thought watching In a Violent Nature, which is mostly ass. But there's like one kill that's like well over the top in it. And I remember sitting there thinking like, I don't think I'll be able to come up with this. But like, I don't know, do you? How do you feel about it?
I don't know. I guess it depends on what movie I'm writing.
Like you're writing
Like, if I was-
Terrifier 4?
Yeah, but like, am I starting from scratch?
Yeah.
Well, then
It's your script, cancer patient.
I suppose because they know what happened. Because I was gonna say if I saw the opening of Friday the 13th 5 and I saw the guy on the motorbike, I'd be like, I know what I need to do to this guy. I got an idea. But if I had to write a whole movie from scratch, it would be definitely more difficult.
I'm saying,
But I could do it.
I don't know. Would you kind of like, I mean, with a Terrifier type movie, I feel like you're writing the story around the kills, more so
Yeah.
than writing the kills around the story.
That would make it easier.
Hmm. Like, how do you come up with those kills first? I don't know.
Brainstorm.
But that's a weird thing to be brainstorming.
Yeah, but if you're
Yeah,
making
but, like,
Terrifier
the-
4, it's your job.
Your whole job is to like literally come up with like goofy kills.
What about if you're making a Terrifier 1? I mean, you'd have to just kind of have it in you.
He had
Well,
to
if you're
brainstorm
making
for that.
Terrifier 1 in the first place and you want to make this film, you absolutely have it in you.
That's what I'm saying. How do you get that? Like that?
Hey, you get that urge to make a film like
Yeah.
that?
You watch horror movies and say, I like these.
I watch a lot of horror movies, and I've always liked horror. Like, I mean, like a lot of my horror
Not
movies
as
I watch
much as
aren't
Damien
good.
Leone, clearly.
But he likes the violence in horror movies, not necessarily the horror movies.
It inspired him
Hmm.
to make. It inspired him in his craft.
I still think though he's kind of missing the point of horror movies, as I said, because to me the whole point of horror is that we get like really spooked out during the middle of the film, and then we have like someone we kind of like that lives through the film, and we're happy for them because they went through something scary and then they came out the other side. Like that's just kind of, like a golden rule.
Yeah, well, he forgot that bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because he's just focusing on stappy, sigh, drive over you, eat your facey. I don't know, like.
Yup, yerp, yerp.
I don't know.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wheelchair tech. Yeah.
Wheelchair
I don't
tech.
know. Yeah, you want to start.
Oh yeah.
Wheelchair attack, son who for?
That beginning didn't make sense to me still, even after I
It,
saw the.
it makes so much sense. What are you talking about? So, Robbie,
Why does
okay,
she
so
do
Robbie,
it?
okay, no, Robbie, listen.
She got clowned.
So the clown messes up her face, and she goes to a hospital, and the hospital's like, "Yeah, you're really actually like recovered quite well." And then she goes on TV and bites somebody's face. I mean, how does that not make sense?
She was
I just don't
fuming.
understand it, you know? Like,
Fucking fuming.
She was fuming.
I spent at least an hour thinking
An hour.
about that.
I spent at least an hour biting people's faces per day, and that scene was not realistic.
You spent an hour thinking about why the lady in the wheelchair would attack somebody.
Maybe 10 minutes.
She's
okay?
a recurring character, actually. I forgot about that. She shows up again, weirdly enough.
The woman with the face.
I was just trying to think, you know, like, why would I bite
I think
someone's
she's
face?
even in Tree.
Hell yeah.
As the biter? As the face biter?
No, she's just, I don't know, a woman.
Does she gain her face back?
No.
That's the plot of Terrifier 4 is her on a search to get her face
No, but
back.
she's kind of dodgy in Terrifier.
The clown's
too.
not in it.
She's kind of dodgy in Terrifier too. I think they're like building up some kind of, you know, Art the Clown sidekick storyline or something.
Hell yeah.
That's fucking minging.
He's fucking minging. It's funny though.
Single nostril nose.
That's not funny. That's disgusting.
It's funny.
That's worse than anything that was in.
Terrifier, what is this? That is fucking minging. That is fucking minging. See, this is a glimpse into my twisted mind. You need to fucking start making horror movies and put that in the trailer. The twisted mind of Alex. I'm a sicko. From the sick, twisted mind of Alex comes a movie. Worse than Terrifier 3. Even more disgusting. The trailer is even more disgusting than Terrifier. You watch it, it's just 90 minutes of something snot blowing in their face. Even worse, than Terrifier 3. All the horror fans pulled up with their like Halloween 3 shirts because I was there and everything you see. These guys nice. These guys drink everything. He's so excited. There's just 90 minutes of snot. Can you imagine, like, all like the trailer, all the reviews, like, this film is so bad. So disgusting. Worse than Terrifier. Worse than Terrifier. One of the most vile horrors I've seen in years. More movies need to do that, right? They just take out of context bad reviews and put them in the trailers. This movie is so bad. Even more disgusting than Terrifier. I look at, you know, somebody loves the Terrifier. They go to Terrifier to see the can we see all the crazy kills in here? Oh, this movie has worse gore than Terrifier. I gotta see it. It's more disgusting. I gotta see it. And then they go to see that. I was reading the parents' guide. There's a scene where someone gets snot in their mouth. Violence and gore, none. Huh? Disturbing scenes. There is at least 180 minutes of snot. 180 minutes of people getting snot blown in their face. Yeah, that were long film, yes. Barry Lyndon remake where he goes snot in everybody's face. I didn't mind it. Mankin reference? Fucking man. I like the title of it. Yo, I'm Mankin over here. I'm Mankin over here. I'm trying to write Citizen Kane over here. I like my idea. I hope some people find snot as funny as you did because it's originally at audience. I told you I'll advertise it like a gore film and then click by everybody. You put it on like f.movies.com. No, you have to pay for it. It's a cinema release only. Exactly right. That makes it even more kind of prestigious. But like the first ever movie you have to pay for on f.movies.com. You're like, I gotta see it. I gotta see it. And they go and they see the snot the movie. Wait, I think I've seen something that had a lot. Snot a fire? I don't know. There's something I've seen that had like snot content in it. I don't know what. Probably Meet the Fables or something? No. I like nudity and shit. I've never seen it. It's not saying in Meet the Fables. Huh? There was a snot scene in Meet the Fables. Was there? Yes. And he had like a rabbit pox or something. Oh, that's not really, no, I'm not counting that. That's like puss. No, but he sneezed as well. He sneezed as well. It's like dribbling down. Okay, yummy. And there's ass not seen from a rabbit who's fucking dying. And he has like spots there like popping themselves. That's what I'm saying, like, kind of puss based. Which, you know, doesn't actually any. But that's kind of also, it's also minging kind of puss right content. I think that kind of
is less of Terrifier and leads us more into the Substance, to be honest. But the thing with the Substance is that we're gonna have a non-snot based discussion for a second. We can get back to the snot later on.
Good.
It's not.
Well,
The
it's already green. We don't need that. But
inject this snot into your veins.
what I want
Ever
to,
dream of a snottier version of yourself?
what I want to do is I'm gonna put a lot of pressure on you, Alex, and I want you to take the lead with the Substance because you were the one that watched it and hated it first.
Yeah.
So I want you to start us off, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, so there's this movie called The Substance, yeah, and it's about this substance, and it like makes a clone of you that's about like you but better. And I heard about this movie. I saw the reviews. I think that looks cool. Someone personally told me to my face, and I quote, "Movie of the year."
We'll do non-spoilers first, and then we'll do spoilers afterwards.
Movie of the year, he says to me, and I'm already excited for the movie. So I'm like, damn, this is gonna be great. I watched it. I hated it. I thought it was terrible. What did you think?
Well, no. What did you think was terrible about it?
I don't even know, because like I I look back and I reflect on it now, and I think, oh, that scene was cool, or that scene I like this bit. But when I watched it, it just infuriated me like every 5 minutes.
Because I'm gonna be honest, I actually really, really liked it.
You did?
Yeah, like I really liked it. Like I remember sitting there, because you said it kind of drops off after the first 20 minutes or so, and then I remember watching the rest of it. And by the time I was finished, I was like, I don't know, man. That was good. So,
It has good stuff in it.
but what's your problems with it then?
It's just it just annoyed the fuck out of me.
What was annoying about it? Like what would be happening when you were annoyed?
Just the same shit over and over again. There's like 5 twerking scenes.
Well, there's a lot of twerking scenes, but I don't understand. They're not really pointless or anything. I don't think. Like I mean,
Yeah, but I didn't need it like that. I didn't need 90% of the
I don't
movie
know.
to be that.
I don't think 90% of the movie was that though. To me, it was just kind of.
It happened a lot.
No, it was only really there when the characters kind of necessitated, I suppose. Where like, I think there's an interesting flow throughout the film about what these characters are kind of looking for, because both characters. I mean, I suppose we can go into spoiler territory now.
Might as well.
But both characters are looking for something that they kind of,
Both characters are the same people.
Yeah, but they're the same person, but they both are looking for their own kind of self-validation. Where, 'cause that's what starts the whole thing. Because I think even though it's as much about kind of societal standards for women, I think the film is as much about women kind of playing into that and loving themselves too much. Because a lot of it is about, her, Elizabeth feeling really bad and wanting this, even though she is, basically perfectly fine. Like they literally say it in the doctor's appointment that, like, just went through a car crash and she's like perfectly healthy. There's nothing wrong with her, and she still looks fairly good for her age. You know what I mean? But the idea that she wants this other self that's supposed to be prettier and better and all that, it's it's to do with her own kind of self opinion. But then the self starts looking for its own validation in this kind of crazy Hollywood world that moves into, and that's why she starts taking longer time than she should in existing. But for me, like as I said, you were talking about all the twerking scenes. They only really happen as a way of showing what the Sue character is thinking, I feel. I don't think they just kind of are there for no reason.
I just didn't like them.
So what you're saying is you don't like women.
That's not what I'm saying.
So when girls are twerking on screen, you are turning the movie off.
Yeah, but I like that on Pornhub.com.
I know, I'm joking.
I don't need to. I'm trying to watch a movie.
Found the film to be that overly kind of erotic. Like it's pornographic, but I wouldn't say it's erotic. Like I never felt like watching it that it was trying to be kind of sexy. It always felt like an advertisement. Like it felt like a fake kind of faux sexy. Like it didn't feel real, and I think that's like a really cool thing about the directing in the film, to be honest, is that a lot of kind of Sue stuff just feels completely like fake, because that's basically what it is. But besides that, I don't know. I like the whole thing. And even like that, the music and everything in it is like really like fucking like over the top parody level when she's running around. 'Cause, I mean, the film is a lot. I mean, like it's very excessive. It's very over the top. I mean, that's just kind of how it is. And I think, all the, mad ass shots and stuff are kind of part of that as well. And kind of needing, they did kind of need, not necessarily need, but they did kind of use it very well. The whole idea of the kind of constant, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? When it looks at the kind of like increasing lens of the camera, it's almost like an actual kind of like eye, the way it expands when it's looking at something it likes, because it's literally just like it's a pervert, that camera. Like it's literally,
Yeah, he was
like,
bad out for that.
that cameraman is like the camera itself, almost more so than the cameraman, is like completely perverted. But Yeah, I don't know. I really liked it. I thought it was quite good. And I think another interesting thing it does, despite it being kind of about, the societal standards for women and how women treat themselves based on that, I thought another thing that was really interesting about it was that it feels quite anachronistic. Like, it feels old and new at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of that kind of, bright lights, TV kind of fitness models and leotards thing it is very like 80s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know
But
what you mean.
a lot of the technology was very new, and I kind of liked that because for me anyway, it made me feel like it was acknowledging that this issue has been kind of known for a long time, and yet people still live like this today. So I don't know. I did quite like the film. Robbie, if you're still
Robbie?
awake,
I'm still awake.
yeah, what did you think?
Did I think? I like this much the same as you, to be honest. There's a lot of like.
A lot of ass shots. A lot of,
No, but I feel you know what I'm gonna say. with the
needed
ass
more
shots,
naked
bro.
women.
Okay,
No, it didn't.
every scene, every ass scene, every twerking scene, every I don't know, what is it Jumba scene or what they call it? Is like a Call of Beauty ad for Scum. That's what it looks like.
Bro.
Everyone go to YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Look up Hollow Booty ad
For
scum.
anybody who,
Beauty
I'll
It's
just
real.
I'll just put it in the video.
Okay, throw it up.
I'll just put it in.
That is what I was reminded of every time. And every time I looked at her ass and I looked at her legs, I just saw plastic. It just
Yeah, exactly.
it
That's what
looked
I'm
like
saying.
a Barbie doll.
Yeah, it
Robbie.
feels fake.
But Robbie,
It looks fake.
I could get
Yeah.
the same scum pondering experience by watching a Danny Trejo movie. If I watch a Danny
That's
Trejo,
not the same idea.
he's in Scum.
But yeah,
I'm
no,
gonna
he's in
fucking
Scum,
kill you,
but
Alex.
that doesn't have anything to do
Robbie,
with
I
it.
could get reminded of Scum by Danny Trejo movie. I could watch Machete.
You, Mikey.
I could watch Halloween Rob Zombie.
We're not talking about being reminded
up.
of Danny Trejo.
Shut
We're
up.
talking about
That's what I'm talking about.
We're talking
We're-
about being
we're not.
reminded of something that's just kind of so overly sexual for no reason.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about Danny Trejo.
Okay, my ass did not get the old fashioned of like the thing of being like a this problem has been around for too long thing. But I did like
Well,
that the film looked old.
No, but I got that just because it is very kind of. It is using something that isn't from this era. Like, it's using a kind of sexually exploitative thing from the 1980s. I mean, that kind of show did exist and doesn't really exist now necessarily. There's
It
different
hasn't
forms of it.
existed
Yeah,
at all.
There's different forms of it now. That's what I'm saying. It feels kind of.
Even the whole office space, the office, just the things, just the objects in the office. It's just like it looks old. And there's like one modern car in that whole film. There's like maybe one.
One thing I quite liked, actually, speaking of offices, there's the set, like the kind of production design of the film was really good. Like, I feel like a lot of it, not like even just the colors and all that, but like it's all very kind of, I don't know, like I feel like it's going to be remembered as that film's kind of look, those kind of colors and stuff. And I feel like the design of her apartment itself is quite interesting because it's literally like this big open room with this massive window looking out at this billboard, which was up
It's
for sale.
hilarious that it looks at the billboard.
Like it's this massive room, a kind of observation room looking at this billboard, and then a tiny kitchen, and then this like weird kind of like back tunnel going into the fucking bathroom, which is just like this blank, empty, dead bathroom. Like, it looks like something from fucking Silent Hill.
bathroom is like a Nazi scientist.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like
Laboratory.
it's
Yeah, like no
it's-
joke. It
it's
looks like something
literally-
like Wolfenstein.
It's literally all based around this kind of central observation room that has one armchair in it. Like, she has no friends whatsoever. Like, she's literally just obsessed with her fucking self and nothing else. And I find that it's a very interesting way of kind of showing it and not just telling it. I mean, like, behind her is this massive picture of just her. And like just looking out on this town and this billboard of just her, and it's just, I don't know. I thought it was really good set design.
The
But-
one thing she does when she fucking turns in the suit is instantly gets rid of the picture of her, which is
Yeah.
Kind of ironic. Just kind of hates herself straight away.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, because it is kind of a weird film about self-love, but like the being she creates, trying to worship herself, ends up making her hate herself even more, because she's creating like a kind of, like literally a fake Barbie doll woman, as you said, because she looks fake. Like it's an interesting look for the Sue character.
I don't know how they did it, but
She
yeah,
does look fake.
it looks fake.
Yeah. But and going back to what I was saying earlier about kind of, having, when you're gonna have gore in a film, what is the purpose of having the gore? I think the Substance is a fairly good use of it, because at no point does the gore ever feel like, I mean, for me, it never felt like this is too much for what we're watching currently. But it is, as I said, the film is very kind of excessive and over the top anyway. So to have this kind of body horror be this metaphor for kind of like, the damage you're doing to yourself trying to become this other thing, and the kind of horrible monstrosity you'll become at the end of the film, based on kind of just forcing yourself to fit these beauty standards, I suppose. And I do think the prosthetics were really good in this film, like the kind of makeup and stuff. I thought the actual gore was quite crazy, considering the film that it is. It's not really like a. I mean,
that
one.
the one scene at the end before she puts on like the fucking like the babushka, like the Russian like granny outfit, where she looks like Chum from Mad Max the game. This is too funny to me.
Mad Max the game reference. Let's go.
Mad Max the game name drop.
Mad Max the game referenced.
I have to
mark that down as a first in
first of many.
Yeah, first of many. Yeah.
First of many Max Payne game reference.
It will be referenced many a time.
Which I don't know.
Yeah,
what's sorry, Robbie?
Yeah, I was going to say no more.
Mad Max talk is just as important as everything else, Robbie. Come on.
I don't think it is.
It is. Don't let me talk over the Mad Max talk.
Robbie, what's your favorite level in Mad Max the game?
Yeah.
No, shut up. Back to the film.
Now go on, answer that one question. Favorite area in Mad Max the game, and then we'll go back.
My favorite area, probably the desert thing.
The desert.
I don't know.
The whole fucking map's the desert.
No. There is it's called like the dunes or something. It's like literally like a whole like airport place like covered in desert, like just sand everywhere. There's no buildings whatsoever, nothing.
Okay.
It's like barren as fuck.
For anybody playing Mad Max on PS4.
Yeah. Go up to the top right of the map.
The dunes.
It's like beside Gastown. It's like right of Gastown.
Shit, directions.
It's like up to the top
directions.
of the map. There's like an airport mission up
You're
there.
gonna want to go through Gastown. You're gonna want to take the first right, okay, and then keep going that way until you find the airport.
I have like these weird buzzard guys go around in cars with like red lights in front of them in that place at nighttime. So yeah, pretty spooky.
It sounds terrifying.
Yeah, back to the film.
Terrifier referenced.
It sounds substantial.
What can I say to follow up Mad Max? I actually really like another thing about this movie. I think all the performances in it are really good. Not just talking about the two main women because they're both really good, but like the dodgy guy with the prawns.
That guy's so good.
Is really good. I mean, as you said, Robbie, the most disgusting part of the film was him making a dirty table.
Eating prawns.
An absolute animal.
Because I think
who does that?
Well, him. I mean, I feel like you would too, Robbie. Just saying.
What?
Yeah, you would, Robbie.
Joking. What? Most animated you've ever been in your life is getting accused of eating prawns the way he eats them.
Robbie, you would eat prawns exactly like the manager guy from The Substance.
The reason I was so disgusted is because I would never do that.
Robbie, that guy reminded me of you a lot.
No.
Especially in that scene.
No.
I watched that scene and said, oh, just like Robbie.
Don't ever associate me with him.
You're literally in the same part of my brain. Like when I think of him, I think of you.
Do I also walk with hammer shoes?
Yep.
Yeah, his fucking no. The sound design in that film's crazy as well. Actually, that's a good point. The sound design in that film is like perfectly squishy, but also very kind of punchy in the same time. And I think the hammer shoes, as you said, is a good example of that. Like his fucking footsteps are just like instantly like, oh, this fella's dodgy. Like you just know.
This guy thinks he's Buster Scruggs. Like he thinks he's the biggest man.
I haven't seen Buster Scruggs. Is he a big man?
No, he's just cool.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't walk very heavy either. He's just absolutely.
Why would you
an
call
absolute
him Buster
badass.
Scruggs?
I don't know. He just reminded me of Buster Scruggs. I don't know. I
He
can
just
try
felt
to think
very
of
Buster
Oh, okay.
Scruggs-esque.
like
Buster
for some
Rhymes.
reason I imagine him wearing a cowboy hat and having like cowboy
I can
boots
imagine him
on,
wearing a cowboy. Yeah, absolutely.
and having like a big belt with like a bull on or something.
Fuck yeah, I can remember. I
He
can
did
imagine
have
it.
like he did have like a buff dog statue in like his office. So like,
I didn't even notice that. I want to.
did you know? I told you, and I was like, oh my god, look at the dog.
I want to go see.
And you were
that.
like, huh? Like he literally has like a buff like Rottweiler or something like in like his.
I think I know what you're talking
I
about.
need
It's
to
like made
see
out of
that.
marble.
I don't remember this.
It's like made out of marble.
It might end up being a 5-star film after I see this.
He's
Oh,
really
is it?
buff. Like
What?
this dog is like 5% body fat, bro. You can see veins, I think.
Damn, what? Veins on a statue?
Yeah, man.
Maybe things you missed in the substance.
Top 10
Yeah,
Easter
top
eggs.
10 things you missed
The
in the
buff dog
substance.
statue.
The
Okay,
buff
while you were
dog
looking
statue.
at Sue, I
Number
was looking at
one.
buff dog statue, okay?
Number 1, the buff
I
dog
was
statue
looking at
from
what?
the Substance.
When you were looking at Sue, I was looking at buff dog statue. We are not the same.
Or you should make a chills video where it's that
Number
it's
9.
top things you. Number 1, the buff dog statue.
Number 7.
When you were watching the
Substance.
office scene, you may have been looking at the characters, but if you divert your eyes to the background, you'll see a buff dog statue. Maybe you should make that video.
Please tell me you can find it.
Find it.
You find it?
I'm gonna.
You're gonna? Yeah, man. There's a lot of other things are cool in that. I've
In
talked
the
about the
Buff
old
dog
office?
cars.
statue.
It's like loads of old cars.
No one even drives like ever in the movie.
They do, and they crash immediately.
Oh yeah, right at the
They
beginning.
do, but like her car is already like I don't know, like 2005, like maybe like 2007, maybe. Like there's no new cars in that film.
Oh no.
No, but it does help to make it feel older because buildings don't age that much. Even new buildings look like you could tell like it's older than it is, and like nobody really ban-eyed it. But a car is like, it's obviously new.
Oh, obviously.
Yo, it is though. It is.
Okay, I know what you
Like
mean.
I think the only new car in the film is like when your man is getting the taxi and it's like a Tesla. I think that's the only new car, maybe. And your man's like, when your man's getting the taxi, her like childhood like friend,
Oh yeah.
and she's like fucking like talking about how good she looks.
That's an
So,
interesting.
Maybe
thing,
that's an
actually.
interesting thing actually. Yeah, that's like kind of modern day.
Well, I find
but-
that he's an interesting little kind of piece as well. The idea that like there is actually an example of like,
There's still hope.
no, I don't know, maybe not hope, because he's a bit of a mess. I mean, you see when he dropped a number in the fucking dirt and didn't rewrite it because he's had little bollocks.
That was nasty.
He's
She
a-
picked
That
it
was
up.
bollocks.
nasty, actually, yeah.
But like, as far as being a good example of a man, he's probably the best in the film.
He's
Because like
probably the best
he
in the film.
respects her for how she looks, and
But
you
it's
know,
still like her lowest point to ring him.
well, no, I don't think it is. I think the lowest point comes after she rings him, because she rings him in a way of being like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna move on from all this Sue bollocks. I'm gonna happily live as Elizabeth. But then the problem is that she keeps seeing Sue everywhere, and just a reminder that she doesn't look like that is what gives her her lowest moment. I think the ringing him is actually a positive,
Maybe.
but
Mm,
the low part comes after that, when he can't get over the fact that she doesn't look like Sue.
I suppose.
Yeah, because I mean, because he kind of respects her modestly, whereas like the kind of counterpoint to him would be the neighbor across the hall who's like just a hardcore gooner, like just like just hardcore. Like he went to make a noise complaint and then didn't because she like said hello to him.
That scene was so
My God.
funny. What's your Oh, what's up?
But yeah. So I think that's an interesting part of the film. That I think it's a very interesting film in general. But
Yeah, I could be wrong, but that's the only modern car I saw.
the IMCDB crowd are going to come after you, Robbie. Be careful.
They will.
You're
And they'll
really
be
gonna
like,
get executed.
wrong,
Oh my God.
wrong. There was a
Destroyed.
2017 Toyota Prius in a shot. You're wrong.
Excuse me.
Robbie, you're literally gonna get publicly fucking executed for this.
Yeah, besides that, I don't know. Alex, do you have anything else I've ranted about, which I like the Substance? So do you have anything else to say about which you don't like the Substance?
My biggest problem with it was like I liked some parts of it, but I just thought the middle part was boring as boring as fuck.
I don't know. I think some interesting little character things do happen in the middle.
I don't care about them.
You don't
Like
care about them.
No, not at all.
Or you hate women.
Don't get me wrong, I am a meninist after all, but like, I just hated this movie. I don't know. After it ended, I felt like actually angry. That's never happened to me before.
Women getting lead roles.
No, I was just like, that was fucking shit. Like, I hated it.
I don't know. I thought some interesting stuff happened in it. I mean,
I don't know how you can't appreciate that film just for the way it looks in general.
I think
Like,
I think if
the contrast in the two lives is just.
But what I was gonna say is that to me it actually is like an outstandingly directed film. Like you just know that person, the lady who directed it, I can't even pronounce her name, Caroline Fargia, but she absolutely 100% knew what she wanted that movie to be, and she got to make it that way. Like there's not an ounce of like interference on that film anywhere. Do you know what I mean? Like whoever produced it, just let her do whatever she wanted because she obviously knew what she wanted pretty clearly, and it comes out like that. It's a very, I think, well directed film.
I'm literally speechless by how terrified it was.
Speechless. Yeah,
I was so terrified.
What was more terrifying?
I mean, look at the titles. I think it's obvious.
Yeah, one was called the Snatstance. The other one was called
Snotifier.
Yeah, Snotifier.
So yeah, clearly it was more terrifying. Now, what if The Substance was a movie about injecting snot into your veins?
Fuck off. Thanks for watching. See you next week. We'll be reviewing.
I give The Substance a thumbs down.
I give it 2 thumbs up.
And Gene Siskel on my left gave it a thumbs up.
I give it 2 thumbs up.
And I give it a thumbs down.
Catch down.
Big thumbs down.
What the hell? I'm saying because I'm trying to think what the hell we actually are reviewing next week. What are we? Because next week is Halloween, so it has to be. So no, we're doing something.
Halloween 3, please.
Halloween 3.
Yeah. I've never seen it.
The Halloween 3 and Terrifier 2.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
How are we going to compare these ones?
Halloween 3, Season of the Snot.
Halloween 3 is a film about witches and
Sam Hain.
And evil masks.
Sam Hain.
And Terrifier is about evil clowns.
They're both evil.
I guess we can compare them now. Okay.
Yeah, they're both evil. Yeah, see you next time for I know you said Terrifier 3. Terrifier 2 and Halloween.
Snotifier 2.
Yo, big salutes, bro.
Hopefully next time we have less snot.
Big ups, Damien Leon. Big ups.
Snotifier 2 coming up.
Hopefully there's more snot.
Play
Well, this
the
is the
outro.